Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 4. Round 9 of the World Superbike League is upon us, and away we go. Starting from the back of the grid with the BMW S1000RR, a terrific motorcycle, and putting that from the back of the grid to the front of the grid is exactly what we'll be doing in today's video, with a little bit of style and pizzazz, and we'll probably go around a couple of riders. I'm expecting many moves up into the inside of turn 10. One of my favourite overtaking opportunities of Ride 4 and in racing in general, just after the Lukey Heights. I bloody love that corner, and I'm eager to try and get a couple of overtakes here today. So we'll see how we get on. Shout out to Lucas Schukup, he is ahead of us on track. He's looking to go for a little bit of a move up on the inside of Lars Bratsov. In fact, Lars has gone quite wide, so Lucas should be able to make that move with no problem if he is so inclined. Oh, Lars thought about having a bit of an attack as well, but he didn't go up on the inside of the Czech Republican. The Czech Republican being on the MV Agusta F4. The Lars Bratsov being on the Aprilia RSV4 Factory, the same bike we were on last time in round 8 at Portimao. As we go round the outside of the German man, we got past him on the German bike against the German rider. Well, actually not quite, unless we can make it stick here up on the inside. Not quite. Well defended from Bratsov. I'll give him that as he cuts my nose off a little bit. So let's fight back. No, not quite. Yes, okay, we did it. We got him. That didn't seem to be too difficult. Now this BMW is extremely quick, but bloody hell, I was not expecting Lars Bratsov to dive back up the inside, and we had another pop at him as well. Rocking the hard front and the hard rear tyre today. So hopefully that will last us for the entire duration of this Phillip Island track. A terrific track, I must say, one of my favourites. Very eager to see how we get on, and if we get one in MotoGP this year, and of course World Superbike as well. As we enter the Southern Loop for the second time of asking. Jessica Reynolds on the KTM. Terrific motorcycle. I'm looking for a KTM Tech 3 livery for my KTM. I think I seen one the other day, but the colours were slightly off. So I hope I can make one of those sooner or later. I'm just not very gifted when it comes to the graphical side to things. I mean, you've seen my logo, it can't get any basic than that, can it? But speaking of graphic design and people with talent, shout out to my man Fuchs for creating this PlayStation helmet. I was flicking through the helmet gallery the other day and the most downloaded helmets, and I found this RI one from Fuchs, so I thought I'd use it. It's the PlayStation RI version, and it's bloody gorgeous, so I thought, why not? As we'll have a bit of a move up on Osvaldo Pavon in a minute. Here we go. Never mind a minute, we'll do it in a second. Beautifully done. Lucas Schukup now up to 8th place. So good stuff from the Czech Republican as Jessica Reynolds falls behind. Jessica Reynolds actually made a bit of a move up on the inside of the former rider that was in 9th place until we were in receipt of it. 3:30 here in Melbourne. Looking absolutely wonderful, this track. I'm glad it is included in the World Superbike League series. I'm really enjoying this track. Got the Endurance League to start soon, so stay tuned for that. I know I've not done an endurance race in quite a while. I don't really think there's a particular reason I've not done it. I've not seen many endurance races to do in the career mode. There's only a couple more left from what I can see, apart from the real life 8 hours, 24 hours, etc., which I really don't think I have the time to do. It would be a bloody shame, because I would really like to do it. But I'm going to have to maybe book a few days off or something to tackle it. As Lucas Schukup is going to be our next victim in a moment's time. The number 84 on the MV Agusta has been dropped. We now are into 8th place, unless Lucas is going to try and have another go. Nope, I don't think so. We are free. The shackles have been broken upon the Czech Republican, and now it is time to go round the outside. Oh, not quite, but we are thinking about it, of going anywhere either on the inside or the outside of Yoko Fujikawa. In fact, Fujikawa, get ready to sign your fate away to DrAce, because I'm feeling a move in either turn 1 or we hang on for perhaps another lap to get him in turn 10. I think we've already done 1 overtake in turn 10, perhaps 2. We'll make that many, many more as this race continues. As we have Ricardo Tavares Quadros ahead of us. Unfortunately, I wasn't smart enough to take an image of the actual starting grid, so I can't tell you what position every rider started. We just cut the 2 riders there, and we're now in pursuit of Charlize Roux. Charlie's Roux on the CBR 1000RR, the Fireblade. Fantastic choice of bike for the South African. The Honda is a wicked machine. I do love that bike. It's probably one of my favourites in Ride 4 to use. And to be honest, there's a lot of bikes that are my favourite in Ride 4, but it's difficult to say which is actually the ultimate favourite, as we potentially had a lunge, or an opportunity to lunge, up on the inside of Charlie's Roux, but we didn't take it. I guess it wasn't necessary just yet. But I'm not worried yet. We're not concerned. The AI doesn't feel like they're being strong enough, and they're not competitive enough to compete with DrAce and the Aces, so I don't think we have to be too worried as we go around the outside of Charlie's Roux. Not quite, as Charlie's give it back to us. Well, Charlie's, you've just sealed your fate. Upon the completion of Lukey Heights, I will be lining up a move up into turn 10. Absolutely gorgeous. You know what I'm going to say? Say it with me. Put that in the DrAce archive book. The Ace 101 overtaking is back. I need to do a montage at some point of all the best overtakes. It would take me hours, but most of it would probably feature turn 10 in Phillip Island, as we're in the slipstream now of the Suzuki, and forget about it, Kirsten. We've already dominated. We've already smashed through with the speed of this BMW S1000RR. There's Carlos Paiva-Diaz, old Carlos. We've seen him many a times in these World Superbike Leagues. Still not seen Johnny Glamour or Boojang Bengana. Fingers crossed we will be seeing them eventually. I still haven't seen them in any of the recordings I've done recently. I think I've seen Johnny Glamour once, but then I didn't end up making that video, and then when I restarted it, he'd gone. So I was devastated. I probably should just keep the video. I just didn't like the way it turned out, but still, the glamour was there. He appeared a little bit. It was in Snetterton, actually, out of all the places. So, Johnny Glamour, if you're listening, come back, please. We miss you. All the Aces do. As Carlos Paiva-Diaz is going to be wishing Johnny Glamour was here to defend me, because old Carlos is not going to be able to defend much longer. The Brazilian's going to do what he can, but you know what's going to happen? Upon the completion of Lukey Heights, we go down to turn 10, and turn 10 is where I'm strong, and we're going to go by the inside. Oh! I was not expecting Carlos Paiva-Diaz to slam the door in my face, but Carlos Paiva-Diaz did, and that is so many times I say Carlos Paiva-Diaz. Perhaps Carlos Paiva-Diaz is going to be the new Boojang Bengana, a new Johnny Glamour. Johnny Boojang Carlos Paiva-Diaz Bangana. That's one hell of a name, as we are up again, and that is the fastest lap of this Grand Prix. Lap 6 of 13 has just begun as we go around the outside of Carlos Paiva-Diaz effortlessly. We are now in the podium positions, and I really don't think I can hold back any longer. We're going to have to just go for it. It's only a gap of 1.5 seconds. We have been rather relaxed and rather, you know, we took our time. You know, we haven't really rushed it in this Grand Prix. We've sort of sauntered around a bit, and I don't think we need to really thrash it, but I can't saunter anymore because the guys at the front just aren't going any quicker. So Felix Bishop, George Adams, get ready to DrAce to ruin the party, because your podium will be dropped a little bit, and the prestige of that first place will be going to Dr. Ace. As we go around the outside of another BMW there. Shout out to Felix Bishop for using the BMW S1000RR. Great choice of motorcycle. It's the same one I am on currently, of course. As George Adams is probably getting a little bit worried now, a little bit flustered, because in a matter of moments we caught up to Felix Bishop, stole his lunch money, and took his second place. And George Adams, you're going to be finding the same face in just a moment, my friend, whether you have lunch money or not, as we're going to use the speed of the BMW. Look at the speed! An absolute rocket. Shout out to Moto Racer like a rocket! It's amazing. The speed on this BMW is terrific. I wanted to get a lap time, a world record lap with this bike so much. I was trying my hardest on Donington a long time ago, but unfortunately the Ducati Panigale V4R is a joke when it comes to being beaten. It's just extremely quick, it's just too difficult to compete with. Well, that's where the BMW S1000RR comes into play. It's still a good bike, it's very fast, it's very competitive, but I really wanted the lap time, but I couldn't get it because everyone was already using Ducati Panigales. So no more BMW world record. But who knows, maybe we'll get a BMW S1000RR in a time trial event sooner or later. Stay tuned for more. So thank you to all the guys as well who do compete in the time trial challenges. And I'm really enjoying the amount of people that are participating in this, because it just makes it so exciting seeing the leaderboards just rack up on every single console and PC. Every single one of them has some sort of affiliation with myself, and we are the aces, so it's great to see like 9 aces in the top 10, and even more in some of the other ones. So the ongoing challenges, of course, still the Northwest 200, so bear that in mind if you do want to compete. If you do want to still compete and you want to participate, the lap time is on that video, so make sure you go and check that video out after this one, because we've got 6 more laps of dominating style. So I am pretty much going to just talk about everything and nothing for the last couple of minutes, because there's just not much to commentate on. There's a person in 12th place who's behind everyone else from a bloody mile away, so I don't know what's happened to him or her. I think it's Jessica Reynolds. I think something happened to her during the race, I'm not sure. But I guess it doesn't really matter to us, because any moment we'd probably lap her. Well, we're going to start taking it a little bit calmer. Let's take it easy. We do have the hard front and the hard rear on, so tyre degradation is not something to be too concerned about. But here in Phillip Island, and it is 23 degrees as it approaches 5 o'clock, it does burn the tyres up quite a lot, especially with how much throttle you use. You can open the throttle or close the throttle in a lot of these corners. But it is a terrific track. I do love Phillip Island. Very pleased to be here, and very pleased to be getting another victory, because unless there's an absolute catastrophe and something catastrophic occurs, I don't think we are going to lose this lead. We have a very comfortable lead, and I think we should be fine and dandy, to be quite honest with you. The gap is close enough to about 4 seconds, about 3.7, 3.8. It's teetering, but of course it's getting closer and closer to those 4 seconds. It'll just continue to go as we go along, but it's something to mention for the time being, because it's always worthwhile to keep an eye on the gap, because you never know if it starts dropping or increasing. But now I'm more inclined to try and keep pushing as far as we go, and see if we can get the lap time to about 10 seconds or even more. We'll soon see how that goes. I'm very eager to see if we can make it to 10 seconds. I'm in quite a zone, and I think we're going to continue just going as we are. The lap time should stay relatively consistent unless I make a hash of a corner, but I very much doubt that'll happen, because this is Phillip Island on one of probably the best bikes in the game. Super easy to use, the handling is beautiful, great acceleration. It does like to wheelie, so just bear that in mind. But to be honest with you, all the World Superbike League bikes sort of do, and that's the race modified 1000cc bikes above. They do tend to wheelie when opened the throttle, because of course that's what happens. But 41% on the rear tyre on the degradation side, nothing to be concerned of yet. I think with about 4 laps remaining, we should be fine and dandy. I can't see there being any issues, and as of course we mentioned in the previous lap, unless there's any catastrophes, but I don't think there will be. We're up by 34 thousandths of a second in this sector, and I'm very keen to see if we can get into the 126.8, or perhaps even lower. And we'll soon see. How's this race go? Oh, a little bit wide on the rumble strip there. Got to be careful of those ones. Some of them aren't your friend. But tell you what, I'm your friend, and you could do me a favour, good friend, good old buddy, if you just scroll down there and click the like button and click that subscribe button if you are enjoying the content. Leave a comment as well while you're there, just say, subscribed, friend. Leave whatever comment you like. Of course, if you do have video requests, it's the best place to leave them in the comment section for me. Leave them in the Discord server, Instagram, Twitter. It's entirely up to you. If you have a video request for me and you would like me to look into a video, or anything you want me to do, or if you want to just spread some love and just say, look, DrAce, you're cool, drop it in the comment section or anywhere I've got some sort of social media. I'm very vocal, I'm very friendly, so if you do ever want to have a good old chin wag, or you just want to communicate with me, drop a message. Never ever hesitate. I will always reply if I can. As we get a big funky wheelie there, as we take 0.3 of a second. Now we would have had 0.3 of a second if I hadn't done a big wheelie. So I'm not sure how much that wheelie is going to lose on the sense of the time trial, if we were doing a time trial, but we're still racing. It's just that I'm keen to keep going as fast as we can. Oh my goodness, forget about the 0.3, it's up by 0.7. Could we even get into the 125s with a bit of smart riding? We'll soon see. The tyre degradation, of course, is going worse and worse, but at the same time, we're not really I don't know. The tyre doesn't look that bad. It's still well worth another good couple of laps. But I didn't think it'd be a 1:26.272 worth. But it certainly was. We're only 3/10 away now. Well, close enough to getting into the 1:25s. I wonder if we can do it. This is certainly a hands rubbing together and lapping manically moment, as we could do something very fine and dandy here in Phillip Island, as we exit the southern loop for the 11th time. Seems odd to say that, because that has absolutely flown by. Now if you're still... oh, a little bit of a slide there. So I do hope you're still here at this point of the video, because I don't like doing videos when we're so far ahead. But at the same time, I know some of you like to see how fast we can really go and how fast we can get the gap. So sometimes it's a double-edged sword. I like to see how well I can do as well, because when I hold back in a lot of my videos, sometimes I do not get bored, that's the wrong term to use, but I do feel like I'm not using all of my effort and I'm not using all of my brain, if that makes sense. It's like getting stuck in a job where you're not really using much and it's just sort of just day-by-day stuff. You tend to get a little bit lazy and lackadaisical. That's how I feel sometimes when I'm doing some of the videos. But I'm always trying to probe them for a good overtaking movement, or making the riding look as smooth and as natural and as realistic as possible. And of course I'm always thinking about commentary and what to say and how to make the content more interesting. So there we go. By the way, I hope you guys enjoyed the old school video I did yesterday on board the Honda RC181. I had a lot of fun making that and sort of adjusting things. If you haven't seen that video, I won't spoil anything. So if you want to go and check it out now, I'll stay quiet until you go, and then you can come back and we'll finish our conversation. But for those who have watched it, I hope you appreciated the editing and the video editing and the audio editing. I had a bit of fun with it, and I did what I could. I don't have the best skills when it comes to stuff like that, but I did enjoy just fiddling around and tweaking things. I had quite a lot of enjoyment, and it was quite cool, and I felt like I learned something. So if you can learn something while you're editing, and the whole process I'm on with being a YouTuber, content creator, whatever you want to call it, it's just to learn and get better at what I do. I'm very passionate about it, and seeing the development, and even as much as like riding on Ride 4. Now, I have done over 100 videos on Ride 4, and by the way, I don't see that stopping anytime soon. It's probably getting to 200. And my riding style, after being surrounded by the likes of Fuchs, Sacred Meerkat, Beckley, Sergio, Daniel O'Brien, some different riders, everyone better than each other in their own areas, and just some absolute amazing talent. I was with Fuchs one day in an esports sort of session. Obviously I didn't belong there at all, because these guys were just unreal, including Fuchs as well. But I have learned a lot in racing games in general, and I've also developed a lot of confidence when racing online, because racing online I find is so bloody stressful sometimes, because I'm terrified of making a mistake and ruining someone else's race. Because the last thing I want to do is ruin someone's enjoyment. I don't even like crashing into the AI. Now, you won't see this because I restart a lot of my videos, but if I ever crash into an AI rider that's like start of the race, middle of the race, and I feel like it's my fault and I've really hindered that rider, then I'll probably restart it and just do the whole thing again. I don't like doing that to people, because we're all racing our own races, and I don't want to ruin anyone's race, whether it's AI, but it could be Brujang Bingana's AI, so you definitely don't want to ruin his race. But I have waffled for a good couple of laps, and I've only just realised we are on the final lap. And we got close enough to the 125s, but we didn't quite get there entirely. As we exit turn 10 for the final time of asking, I want to say thank you very much, turn 10. You are a terrific corner to overtake on. Absolutely wonderful. And now we're going to finish it off with a nice long exit out of turn 12, guys. I don't know what else to say, what hasn't been said already. So have a funky wheelie. Let's see how long I can hold it for. And guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you haven't done already. It's the best way to be alerted to every single DrAce upload, and of course I upload every single day, so it would be a shame for you to miss it. And upon that note, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Ciao for now. Oh hi! Didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now, with the links down in the description. consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.